And now we get this joyous job of this installation Tech-S. This Tech-S at CBST has been in development over the many years since I was first installed at CBST on September 11th in 1992. And we most recently used the CBST Special Installation Tech-S for our cantor. And this is an extraordinary year in which we are installing and welcoming 2 new clergy to CBST, which has been really thrilling. And for all different reasons, it's an extraordinary moment for a congregation to pause, to create space in the life of the calendar, of the many busy things that are required, of all the different Shabbatot and holidays and all the different meetings and Zoom and in-person and limud and all the classes, to pause and reflect on what it is to establish a relationship as a congregation with a person who becomes one of our spiritual leaders. And this is what we are doing, is creating this space to say that this is a covenantal relationship between a congregation and a new spiritual leader. And of course, Rabbi Yael Werber is not entirely new to CBST, which makes it so beautiful, as Cantor Rosen had been an intern for 2 years in his case before becoming a full-time member of our clergy. Rabbi Werber was an intern for 1 year before becoming a full member of our clergy. But let me tell you something, it's really different. Some of you might just see her and think, wow, she's just doing the same thing she did as an intern, and this can't be very difficult to shift from one to the other. Let me cast aside any thought of that. It is an entirely different animal. And we are so lucky that she chose us, and I think for you, you're lucky we chose you. This is a covenantal relationship. And what's so wonderful is how deeply beloved you already are at CBST. Now, the assistant rabbi position at CBST is not a new one. Our first assistant rabbi came to CBST in 1999 when I went on my first sabbatical, and we realized then in those 90s that it would not be possible not to have somebody here. And we were very lucky. I was working with the Ford Foundation at the time to find a way to get them to support us. And guess what? They supported the idea of our bringing on an assistant rabbi. And the synagogue quickly saw how valuable it was to have a second full-time rabbi. And in the course of time, we've had 4 assistant associate rabbis, and Rabbi Werber is now the 5th. One of the things that makes CBST a remarkable place that I have really tried to foster over these years is that anybody who has been a Cooperberg Master Rabbinical intern or a cantorial intern, we try to foster the sense of an alumni association with retreats every couple of years and a lot of relationships that develop that remain for the course of the professional lives and personal lives of our former interns. But within that group, there is a really special group of those who have been assistant or associate rabbis. And the 5 of them now, with you as our 5th, are really an extraordinary group that have made deep relationships among them. And I think it's really fitting that you wanted to have as one of your speakers tonight, one of your mentors, number 4 on the assistant rabbi list. And it's a really profound reflection on you as well as on Rabbi Rapport. But you're not just being installed by Rabbi Rapport, you are really becoming part of this community of former assistant associate rabbis as the current one. And so we thought it would be appropriate to have all of them participate tonight and to welcome you into the fellowship or the, I'm not even sure what the right word is. It's a very unique group of former assistant and associate rabbis. And so we have with us tonight via video Rabbi Roderick Young, Rabbi Ayelet Cohen, and Rabbi Rachel Weiss, the first 3 assistant or associate rabbis. And some of you know I like to collect interns and assistant rabbis like baseball cards. So our first assistant rabbi, Roderick, was a gay man from HUC, So Reform Movement, which we're so proud of. The second, Rabbi Yael Cohen, straight woman from JTS, the conservative movement, at a time when the conservative movement would not even allow a gay student to be there. She changed JTS then on behalf of the LGBT world, and she is now there as the dean of the conservative movement. We love that. And the third of our assistant rabbis was from the Reconstructionist Rabbinical College, Rabbi Rachel Weiss, a lesbian woman. And then we went back to HUC with Rabbi Rapport, and now with you, I collect another baseball card, Hebrew College. But it's not all about me. We are thrilled, and so now I'd like to invite the former assistant and associate rabbis to offer blessings to you. Jason?
Rabbi Yael Werber, Mazal Tov on becoming the assistant rabbi at CBST. I so envy you because you now have one of the best jobs in the world. And you work with two of my absolute favourite people, Rabbi Sharon Kleinbaum and Tasha, though I'm sure you will also be working with many other wonderful people whom it's not my privilege to know as well. Let me tell you that the most difficult part of your job will be sitting in meetings with RSK. I never go anywhere without my bobble doll of RSK. And in those meetings, she may well flick rolled up pieces of paper at you. She may well fire rubber bands at you. And your job is always to keep your composure and never to laugh. I used to crack up all the time, but maybe you will have more fortitude than me. You are about to embark on the most wonderful journey. The CBST congregants are second to none anywhere in the world. RSK suggested that the former assistant rabbis give you a blessing. Well, my blessing has to come from one of my favourite writers of all time, the great Jewish-American playwright Tony Kushner. At the end of Angels in America, his character Prior says, "You are fabulous creatures, each and every one, and I bless you. More life. The great work begins." Yael, for you, the great work begins, and it will be fabulous.
Mazal Tov. I'm so sad not to be able to be with you in person tonight, and so thrilled to offer some words of blessing on your installation. As you embark on this sacred journey with CBST, which is itself blessing, as you offer learning and guidance and comfort and challenge your Torah, may you be nourished. Ke'etz shatul al mayim, like a tree planted on living waters. When you reach out your roots thirsty, may you find the people, the wisdom, the peace, the generosity, the forgiveness, the faith to soothe and sustain and energize you in this holy work. May you and this community greet each other with chesed and tzedek, with love, generosity, curiosity, and joy. Mazal Tov.
Hello from Evanston, CBST. It is wonderful to wish you all a Shabbat Shalom and to celebrate Rabbi Werber as she becomes the new assistant rabbi. It has been said that as much as the Jewish people have kept Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. And the same is true for the rabbis and CBST. We might think that as much as the CBST rabbis and clergy have kept CBST, the congregation, going, it's really the CBST congregants that have kept the rabbis engaged, curious, stretching, laughing, and so full in this remarkable, remarkable holy place. Rabbi Werber, my blessing for you is that you be filled with courage, with openness, with humor, and with humility. May all of us continue to experience the blessings that are CBST. And if Rabbi Kleinbaum ever tells you she's going to a protest, but don't worry, she won't get arrested, don't believe her. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. What a wonderful night to celebrate together.
And now I'm thrilled to invite back to the bima Rabbi Yael Werber.
I am the most recent assistant rabbi of Congregation Beit Simchat Torah, and I am here to tell you that your ruby slippers are in the mail. Mazal tov, Yael. You know on an intimate level that for me, as someone who has worked with you, laughed with you, sung with you at the top of our lungs, learned and taught with you, that for you to step into this chain, this amazing chain of assistant rabbis that I feel such gratitude to be part of, it's an extraordinary blessing. Kosi revaya, my cup overflows. Yael, I'll be honest that when I saw the pasuk you chose for your installation, V'shavti b'veit Adonai le'orech yamim, I thought, Psalm 23, brave choice. And then when I zoomed into the words and I thought about what a profound and simple wish this is, to linger in the presence of the divine as long as humanly possible, for as long as we are granted the length of our days. And I could hear it in your voice. I thought, wow, yeah, perfect choice. The idea of that ideal, that what one might wish for most in this lifetime is to experience God's presence, is also reflected in one of my other favorite Psalms that is also uniquely treasured at CBST, Psalm 27. In those words, Shivti b'veit Adonai kol yamei chayai, when asked, only one thing do I long for, and it's the same, to sit in God's presence for all the days of my life. Yael, you know so much about the shape of this wish. You literally wrote your thesis on the liturgy of longing. You have sat with so many people in their moments of sadness and moments of celebration and helped them open up their own access to God's presence in that space. The variety and depth of experiences that brought you to this place have each taught you the lessons of where God's presence can be found and where it feels so far away. And each one of those experiences technicolors your teachings, your writing, your pastoral leadership, and even the most passing conversation with everyone you encounter with love, care, and warmth. To spend even a minute in your presence is to feel like holy presence is possible. Kosi revaya, it overflows from you. That phrase, Kosi revaya, is one of my absolute favorites from Psalm 23. And it illustrates so much for me about CBST. As you all know, this is a community that is legendary for its overflow. CBST overflows with pride, with passion, with creativity. It doesn't fill anything halfway. It's always right up to the brim, spilling over. But for me, CBST isn't just the vessel that overflows. It's the saucer underneath. It's the container that's there on purpose because life overflows. It's like how on Shabbat and Havdalah, you're supposed to fill your Kiddush cup to overflowing to illustrate the abundance of blessings you receive. For so many people, CBST was here to hold them in their overflow in important moments of their life. I am one of those people. I've overflowed a lot at CBST. I'm overflowing a little bit now. Whether it was moments of personal transition in my own life, whether it was moments that were sacred to our CBST community, whether it was moments when I and so many were feeling national, worldwide overflow, CBST held me and supported me. Yael, my blessing for you is may your cup run over with blessings and important moments in this chapter of your life you're sharing with CBST. May your overflow be blessed because it's human and because it's divine. And may your community hold you as you hold them, as they've held me. When you say, Kosi Revaya, my cup overflows.
You're amazing. So wonderful to have you back. So beautiful. And now some words from the Midrash and from Pirkei Avot, the Crown of Torah. On page 10 of the program, we sing these words. Upon three things the world stands: truth, judgment, and peace. Make for yourself a teacher and acquire a friend. Make your study of Torah a fixed practice. Say little and do much.
Al shosha devarim ha'olam kayam al ha'emet ve'al hadin ve'al
How fabulous was that? Breathtaking. Aseh lecha rav u'kaneh lecha chaver. Yael, you have a lot of chaverim here. You have a lot of friends here, and you have a lot of teachers here. This is something deep about you, that you collect the people who create the world in which you want to live. And it's a real tribute to you that these friends of yours have gathered from near and far to be here. And as well as one of your most important mentors is with us. And I'm delighted to invite Rabbi Dan Berman, whose full biography is in the program. And as you know, we don't do the full biographies from the Bima, but they're there for all to read. And was your rabbi when you were an intern before CBST got you at Temple Re'im in Massachusetts. So Rabbi Berman, I'm honored to invite you to offer some words as one of Rabbi Werber's rabbis.
Thank you so much, Rabbi Clownbaum, and thank you to everyone, Cantor Rosen, wonderful musical team. It's really moving. It's very, very special to be here with you. Your family, all your friends. It feels like home, actually. So I want to start by just telling you something I'm sure you already know, which is that Yael is amazing. You are so blessed, so fortunate to have Yael serve this community as your rabbi. And Yael, you are so blessed and so fortunate to have this very special community here to receive you and to support you and to love you. I got to first know Yael a number of years ago now when she was recommended to me as we were developing an annual Shabbaton, like a multi-generational event that we have in my community, Temple Re'im. And we sat down together to shape and try to give life to what the program would be on that Shabbat. And I remember this very vividly. Yael, you and I sat together with Tyler and in a room at Hebrew College. And we were trying to figure out what should the theme be? What should we talk about, teach about? And we decided where we landed is that we wanted to cultivate in the community a sense of what it meant to have one's own Torah. To have one's own Torah, I mean two primary questions. One is, what do you really believe in? Totally committed to, absolutely faithful to. And then secondly, what uniqueness, what's special about you, what's genuine about you that you can use, what skill, what joy, what love do you have that you can bring into the world in order to actualize and bring to life that deep belief. So I've been reflecting, Yael, on your Torah. And what I've come to really believe about you, Yael, and seen and witnessed so many times is that you believe so deeply in the goodness of people. You fulfill the mitzvah, dan chafzechut, to always see the goodness, to always see the possibilities in others. And this may sound intuitive. We should see the good in others. It may sound easy or instinctive, but in fact, at a time of such divisiveness and rupture, at a time where there's fracture in the world, to believe in the goodness of people is an extraordinary act of spiritual courage. And you bring that belief into the world with a deep skill set. You are an extraordinary teacher of Torah. You expand our minds and you open our hearts. As a teacher of Torah at Re'im, I was to see the faces of the students just open up, their hearts bleeding, wanting to know more and learn more and feel your passion. You teach through the lens of chen, v'chesed, v'rachamim, of grace and compassion and love. And you are an amazing darshanit, a storyteller, one who looks deeply into the ancient texts and brings alive through your unique values and love in the world. Your Torah has brought me to a deeper place in my own Torah. And I am so fortunate, so blessed to know you, to have been your partner in the service of community. You have animated our community and activated our greatest gifts. Yael was an intern at Reim during the opening stages of the pandemic, so this was not an easy time to be a rabbi in community. But you stepped in and you held the community with your love. And I want to just mention one event in the life of Reim that you held so beautifully, which was we had, as I know many communities have, a number of people whose mental health challenges became quite exacerbated at the beginning of the pandemic. And there was one woman who came to me and said, I need someone to hold me through this time. And I turned to Yael and said, here's someone who I think you can support. And you spent every week, every couple weeks, speaking with her, honoring her, lifting her up, so much so that she still comes to me and says, I'm different now because of my time together with Yael. That is my bracha for you, Yael. Keep bringing your Torah into the world. You are so full of passion and compassion. We need your gifts. We need to be touched by you. May you open yourself up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, who is the source of all bracha. May you be a vessel for kindness and decency, a vessel for passion and compassion, and a vessel for conviction and forgiveness. May you touch this community, and may you allow this community to touch you. Mazel tov.
So now I'd like to ask the congregation to rise. And we continue our blessing. And Rabbi Berman, I couldn't help but think every word you said, every person in this room who knows her already completely identifies with every word. So on page 8 of the program, you'll see the congregational blessing. And Yael, I'd like to ask you to join me here so you can see the congregation. And different people and groups in the congregation are going to say different words so that we're going to hear different voices as we offer this blessing to you as a congregation. We begin with our president, Sabrina Farber.
Eloheinu, 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 Eloheinu. Our God and God of our ancestors, help our new assistant rabbi, teacher of Torah. Help her to lead our community in prayer. Help her to comfort those in pain. Help her to guide our children. May this partnership of ours ever deepen the life of this community, transform the world, improve the lives of LGBTQ people everywhere. May the world be open to her work and Torah, and may she help the Jewish world be ever stronger.
May we be partners together in prayer, joining our voices in search of wholeness and God's presence in ourselves and in our word. Eloheinu v'Elohei Areinu, our God and God of our ancestors, give strength to our new assistant rabbi. Help her to lead us in the pursuit of justice. Help her to teach us the ancient texts and stories of our people. Help her to create with us our own texts, our own stories, our own Torah. May we learn from her wisdom and be open to her Torah. May we be partners joining together in repairing our broken world. May we work together with love and humor, forgiveness and support.
Eloheinu v'Elohei Horeinu, our God and God of our ancestors, teach our new rabbi your ways. Let her know patience and humor. Let her be strong and resolute.
And let us say, Amen. And now I'd like to invite you may be seated. I'd like to invite Noemi Maslia from our Executive Committee and Board of Directors, but also representing the Bar Mitzvah cohort, the adult Bar Mitzvah cohort, and our president, Sabrina Farber.
Okay, before I say a few words to Rabbi Werber, I would like the adult mitzvah group to please rise if you're able. I'm so touched I was able to say that. Anyway, and also the ones on the other side of the screen, probably wearing slippers. May you please rise. Okay, so Rabbi Werber, our adult Bar Mitzvah cohort group installed you as our rabbi some time ago, when you were still an intern. We didn't wait. So you, with Mia Rothstein and Cantor Sam Rosen, have been the guiding lights in our journey. And I speak for the cohort in expressing our appreciation of your teachings and your sharing with us your sensitive, rich, modern, eye-opening interpretations of Torah. You have taught us how to ask hard questions, how to think deeply, and how to look and find ourselves in the liturgy. This is in our goal to feel and be more Jewish. And you do it with a great sense of humor. When we feel nervous and even insane about our upcoming trips to the Bima, you are our therapist. You give us comfort and compliments, and you convince us that, yes, of course we can do it, and we will be amazing. And we are a lucky bunch. So you're a blessing to us. You're a gift to us. And so with so much gratitude, we say, Mazel Tov!
I don't usually have gifts up here, so I apologize. And I'm glad you're already here, so I don't have to look out there. I can just look right at you and say to you, Yael Werber, it is my great honor to stand before you today to present this gift to Rabbi Yael Werber on behalf of the entire CBST community on this occasion of your installation. And as you know, gifts at CBST are always deeply meaningful, and we never miss an opportunity to send a message along with love and thanks. Our gift to you today, Rabbi Werber, there are two things. The first is a Mi Polin mezuzah from Poland. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Mi Polin is a group of artists and fabricators in Warsaw who have scoured Eastern Europe for the remnants of lost Jewish communities. They look for traces of mezuzot left on doorposts from before World War II. They then lovingly cast these shadows in bronze and create mezuzot from them. And at CBST, we were so moved by this project that we placed one on each and every one of our doors in our space here to commemorate those lives lost from those vibrant Jewish communities. So, Rabbi Werber, it is our hope that you will post this mezuzah on your door to remind you of CBST and the history and culture you so lovingly teach and transmit every day. You continue to open new doors for us by sharing your wisdom and passions with the community, and we hope we open new doors for you as well. Not to be completely outdone, there is also a framed copy of the installation invitation, which is lovely, and we hope you will mount that prominently in your office or at home. Thank you.
Stay up here. All right, little stage directions. I'd like to invite all the past presidents who are here in the sanctuary, the CBST current board of directors, and CBST clergy, our interns, Rabbi James, Rabbi Rapport, to join us as we take the talits. Be careful with the... And we ask everyone to stand as we offer these ancient words of blessing and ask Rabbi Werber to stand under the rainbow talit held by... Okay. Little stage directions. Jason, we have everybody here.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך
May you be surrounded by God's love.
יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך כן יהי רצון.
May the Holy One's light forever guide your path.
יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך
May the Creator bring you wholeness and peace. Mazel tov.
Okay, thank you. I don't even have all my words of Torah up here with me. I'm a little bit shaking. I'm so overcome. And I'm taking a moment just to look at every single one of you and just express my gratitude that you're all here. Just really, thank you so much. So even when I was writing my words of Torah, my words of gratitude, I felt a little bit too overcome with what to say. How to share my love and appreciation for this community, for this moment. It means so much, and words feel like they're so little. So instead, I will turn to some Torah to help me at least a little bit with the Parsha this week, Vayishlach. Vayishlach is the story of the night that Jacob wrestles with the angel, with the Ish, before ultimately facing his past and reconciling with his brother Esav. In many ways, it is both the culmination of his life before becoming the leader of the Jewish people, the end of his time with Lavan, the end of his time on the run, and the beginning of his new life, the beginning of his binding his name with the name of the people of Israel. I relate to Jacob because I too have had many lives and paths before ultimately choosing to become a rabbi. And when it came time to take on the word rabbi, to bind my name with the name of the people of Israel, it also felt in some ways like a struggle, like wrestling with the divine. Finding a place that fit all versions of myself seemed hard to do, because I had a pretty robust wish list of what would be the perfect community for me. And I like to get what I want. I wanted a place where I could be fully myself. Deeply spiritual and Torah-filled, but not rigid. A place that cared about Jewish tradition, but wasn't wholly restricted by halakha, Jewish law. A place where I could be my joyful and light self, but still acknowledge deep sadness and understand that both are meaningful. A place that understood desire and what it means to cry out for the things we so seriously want out of life, while also being a place that appreciates the silliness and the strangeness and the fun of Judaism. I wanted a place that loves and celebrates love in all its forms, or that loves love and celebrates it in all its forms. Maybe especially because, as a single straight woman, I did not always feel that I have fit in a world that celebrates hetero partnerships to the exclusion of all other types of love. And I wanted a place that acknowledged my chosen family as seriously as my given family. So I wanted a lot of things. And then without even really looking for it, I found you. I found CBST, which was all of these things. So what I want to say to you right now, with all of my heart, is that as much as you have chosen me, I have also really chosen you, as my home, as my community, as my people. When Yaakov and Esav finally meet up after Jacob's encounter with the angel, Jacob is wounded at the hip and walking slowly. These are the words Esav says to Yaakov. Vayomer, Nisa v'nelecha ve'elecha negdecha. Let us start on our journey and walk together, and I will walk next to you. So I will say the same to you. Let us start on our journey together. Let us walk this life together, and I will walk next to you. Without knowing what is ahead, whatever is waiting for us in the future, let's walk next to each other and go there together. I will walk next to you. I couldn't have gotten to this point without the support and help of so many people, so now is time for some gratitude. And please bear with me because I really have more than I can name at the moment, but I'm going to try. And if I could, I would say thank you to every single one of you. So first to my parents, you have witnessed me. You have witnessed me go through many different versions of myself. You've witnessed me go down many different paths I didn't think I was going to cry. Not all of them easy, and yet you have always believed in me, always supported me, always grounded me. You've helped me move more times than anyone should, and you reminded me that I am loved and capable of taking on whatever the world has in store for me. Thank you. To my friends, my chosen family, my classmates, the joy of having a pod cannot be matched, and your presence sustained me these last 5 years through the hardest and most joyful of times. The fact that you're here means the world to me. Thank you. To my teachers, especially my mentors, Rabbi Berman and Rabbi Werber, for the way you both took me in as a student, guided me expertly through periods of uncertainty, and ultimately emerged as colleagues and friends. I am so grateful. Rabbi Berman, I admire your rabbinate so much, and getting to witness you up close as a role model, and your mental kite, thank you. Beyond words, thank you. Rabbi Werber, your intuition amazes me. The amount of times that I was in my kitchen or here at CBST talking through a hard time with friends, only to receive a perfectly timed message from you, saying the exact perfect thing. There are no words. Thank you for your kindness, always. To my colleagues, Cantor Rosen and Joyce and all of the staff here at CBST, I say every week how blessed I am and how blessed I feel that this is the team that I landed with and get to work with. And I will say it again, the joy I feel getting to lead this community and daven with both of you is unmatched. I am so blessed. And lastly, to Rabbi Kleinbaum. The word gratitude is insufficient for how I feel getting to work with you every day. It is your mentorship, your kindness, and your generosity that have made me feel truly at home here. I learn from you every single day, migadol v'ad katan, from the greatest to the most insignificant of things, in the realm of the rabbinate and in the realm of life. Thank you for seeing me as I am. I'm so, so thankful. Thank you. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
And now would the rabbis come back up here, and let's thank God for having the merit of living to this moment. Please stand if you're able. Interns, please join us. Rabbi Berman.